So the band are there. They all get behind their instruments and they're just real kind of... And the lead guy comes up to the mic. He kind of just a real shuffle. Lovely deep black skin, white hair. Looks like a pint of Guinness.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome to the Village Vanguard. The 4 and the 5 and the 5 and the 4 is over and up. Make a man with listen over and listen over crazy guys of jazz. We're gonna play some songs for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do, just want to introduce you to the members of the band. On the bass, we got the face of the bass and the grace of the chase. I can't remember where we was going over it. It's a mass of crazy guys in Alabama, 1954 with 2 Kelly did or something like that. I was in a car with a white lady. There was a man banging on the door. He said, "Stop doing that to her." I said, "I'm not doing that to her, brother. She's doing it all to me." On the drums, we got maybe some... Looks like I drifted away there for a minute. On the drums and on the saxophone, we got maybe something you be familiar with. Sunny Rollins and Diamonds on the Bridge. John will dream maybe days ago, maybe some stand guess. We're gonna do a little song for you now called we don't know what it's called. Maybe something like Paris or something. Thank you very much. I hope your days are cool.
And they start. And the interesting thing is that when they start, you think you understand it. Because they seem to be all playing from the same hymn sheet. But the lunacy starts when they start doing their solos. And during the solo, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. The least amount of sense it makes, the better. So now they're kind of playing away, and the first to go is the drummer for his solo. On and on and on for about the duration of Lent. At some unknown secret signal, press the fucking band join in there, man. Then the bass player gets his go. He sounded like somebody who was trying to remember a tune. Every time he got 2 notes that went against it. Ah, no, that's not it. Again, they all fucking know when to do it. Okay, they join in. Then the trumpet. And then the last to go was the saxophone player. Now, I have never in my life heard a noise like this coming out of a saxophone. I've seen Sade videos. I know what saxophones are supposed to sound like. Without a word of warning, this aural sodomy began, right? Well, there's blood coming out his ears. It would have made more sense if he put the saxophone down and made the noises with his mouth. Well. The last time I had heard a noise like that was from a donkey in distress. But sure, it happened. I was living out in Inishmore for a while, and I was 18, and I was going out with this island girl. And she wasn't used to men like me. She was used to big, rough fishermen Men with massive calluses in their hands, hooks stuck in their faces. Young fellas have been lifting boats from the age of 2.5. And I came into her life, this East Coast poet. Never did a day's work in his life. I get blisters pointing. And I played the part of the poet for her. I love Patrick Kavanagh, I used to recite it for her. In Nishkeen Road, July evening, there's a dance in Billy Brennan's barn tonight. The bicycles go by in 2s and 3s. No one on them, just these fucking bicycles. So imagine the scene, okay? Just during the summer, it's about 12:30 at night. We're walking along the main road on Inishmore. There's a big, beautiful Connemara moon out there, a big bull-bellied white thing. The stars are shining like angels' teeth. The Atlantic Ocean is crashing off the rocks on one side of the island. It's creeping up the shingle-filled beach on the other. The lights of mainland Ireland in the distance. Connemara. Later fracture us muck. I was on my bicycle. And I was vomiting. I was vomiting vodka. So I went home and I watched the television. So that's the scene. We're walking home, we're holding hands. I'm asking her not to squeeze so fucking tightly. So I'm going to walk her home to her house, give her a kiss, and maybe go back to the temporary accommodation where I'm staying. We're walking along. Next thing we hear this noise, right? There's no street lamps, or it's kind of a wild landscape. We hear this noise. Accompanied by the sound of hooves. I thought it was the 4 donkeys of the apocalypse. She's bigger than me. I just stood behind her for a moment just to get the... I didn't know... What the fuck is that? I was going through the audio files in my head looking for a match. There was nothing... What the fuck is that? And the thing is, when you're in an odd environment, you expect anything. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a banshee or something. So imagine you're lost in the mountains of some remote part of Ireland and it's late at night and the wind is blowing, the rain is beating against your face and you're holding your stick and you're looking for your friend or something. And you walk around a corner, right? And there, sitting on a rock, just puffing an old pipe, a little as a fucking leprechaun. Just, you give him a kick and he says, fuck off, will you? And now, part of you would be going, holy Jesus, it's a leprechaun. But part of your brain would be going, but of course. Where else would you find one? So I don't know what to expect. The two of us are frozen. Next thing, this donkey. And when I say flying past, I mean it. His ears are zing, nostrils blaring. He's doing that thing with the eyes. Do you ever see a horse running madly? It never looks all the way around and goes, will you please stop? It just kind of goes... And as he flew past us, we could see what was wrong with him. He'd obviously, earlier on in the day, eaten a massive sheet of industrial plastic, right? Horrible, about the size of a pool table, right? I don't know how clever donkeys are, but he should have known a bite or two into it that it wasn't the greatest idea he'd ever had. Maybe he said, fuck it, I'm a donkey. I presume about 11:45 that night he started to get the odd cramp. Oh, I'd forgotten about that, oh God. Didn't want to tell the other donkeys what was wrong with them, because then he'd have to tell them what he'd done, and it is hard enough being a donkey without being a fool of a donkey. So he said to them, I'm just going for a walk, and he had this vision of burying his head in a rabbit hole on the other side of the aisle, and he was getting this thing. No one would hear him because his petrified rabbits going, what the hell is that? So he went off for a walk, right? And the worse the pain got, all he could think of doing was moving quicker. Oh, Jesus, worse and worse and faster and faster. By the time he came past us, he did not give a fuck. He woke up the whole island. I don't care anymore. And we listened and listened and listened until we heard a splash. We thought, dude, he's either just thought he had a cape and could fly, like Super Donkey or something, I don't know. The other thing was that he may have committed suicide. Initially, we thought it was funny. We were going, oh, donkey. We thought about it some more and said, well, something's after dying, and, it's a bit sad, isn't it? And then we thought about it some more and said, no, fuck it, right the first time.